inverse Laplace transform is nothing but the inverse process of the Laplace transform. So I have drawn the map. If you take the Laplace transform of f of t, you may get the new domain f of s. So by using inverse Laplace transform, you can get f of t. So the inverse process of the Laplace transform is called a inverse Laplace transform. So this is the formula. So now I am going to apply the basic properties I have used in a Laplace transform. That formula I am going to apply here. First property, L inverse of A into f of s plus or minus b into g of s equal to A into L inverse of f of s plus or minus b into L inverse of g of s. So that is L inverse satisfy linear property. So this is the meaning. Second one is shifting. First shifting property. I have used first shifting property. I have written this result. So that means if you want to find L inverse of f of s minus a, you have to, instead of minus a, you have to multiply e power at. After that, you have to find out L inverse of f of s only. So from that you may get f of t. So similarly, instead of minus, if you have a plus, you have to use second formula. Next one. Now I am going to apply partial fraction method to find L inverse. Find L inverse one by s into s plus 1 s plus 2 by partial fraction. So before that, I am going to apply this formula. We know that L of 1 equal to 1 by s. So from that, I am going to rewrite this term as 1 equal to L inverse of 1 by s. So L inverse of 1 by s is equal to 1. Similarly, I am going to apply L of e power at. E power at is nothing but e power at is equal to 1 by s minus a. So by using the normal Laplace transform, I am going to find inverse formula. So if you shift this L to right hand side, you may get e power at equal to L inverse of 1 by s minus a. So this is the formula for L inverse of 1 by s minus a. So now I am going to apply this formula. So if you want to apply this formula, try to write this denominator as a sum of unique, that means different factor. So for that, first I am going to apply partial fraction. So consider 1 by s into s plus 1 s plus 2 equal to a by s plus b by s plus 1 plus c by s plus 2. Try to find a, b and c also. So a is equal to, by using Heaviside method, you can write 1 by s plus 1 into s plus 2. After writing this, you have to put s is equal to 0. If you apply, you may get a equal to 1 by 2. Similarly, try to find b equal to 1 by s into s plus 2. After that, you have to write s is equal to minus 1. If you apply, you may get b equal to minus 1. Finally, try to find C also 1 by S into S plus 1, S is equal to minus 2. If you apply, you may get 1 by 2. So C is 1 by 2. After finding these three constants, you can substitute that constant in this assumption. So from that, you may get 1 by S into S plus 1, S plus 2 equal to 1 by 2. I think you may get A equal to 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 by S minus 1 by S plus 1 plus 1 by 2 into 1 by S plus 2. Now try to take L inverse on both sides. So L inverse of 1 by S into S plus 1, S plus 2 equal to, by using linear property of L inverse, you can rewrite 1 by 2 into L inverse of 1 by S minus L inverse of 1 by S plus 1 plus 1 by 2 into L inverse of 1 by S plus 2. Now by using the formula, you may get 1 by 2 into L inverse of 1 by S is 1 minus L inverse of 1 by S plus 1 is e power minus 1 t plus 1 by 2 into e power minus 2 into t. So the final answer is 1 by 2 minus e power minus t plus 1 by 2 e power minus 2t. This is the, so you can take 1 by 2 as a common term. From that you will get 1 minus 2 e power minus t plus e power minus 2t. Convolution. So f of t convolution g of t is equal to integral over 0 to t f of u g of t minus u du. The statement of convolution theorem is, if f of t and g of t are functions defined for t greater than or equal to 0, then the Laplace transform of convolution of f of t and g of t is equal to product of convolution of f of t and g of t. So this is the statement. Now I am going to use this statement. With the help of this statement, I am going to find inverse. So by using this theorem, I have taken this note. So L inverse of f of s g of s is equal to f of t convolution g of t. Only I have shifted this L to right hand side. So from that you may get the result. So now I am going to apply this note to find L inverse. So problem, using convolution theorem, find L inverse of 1 by s plus a into s plus b. So L inverse of 1 by s plus a, s plus b. Now I am going to rewrite the product of two function. If you want to separate product of two function, better try to split while using using the inverse formula. Like that you have to split these two functions. So then only you can apply the convolution theorem. So the formula point of view, try to split the product of two functions. So here there is no hard to split these two functions. In coming problems, you have to face some difficulty to split the functions. So here that you keep in mind, better the formula point of view, you have to split the two functions. Now I am going to use convolution theorem. By convolution theorem, If you want to take L inverse of product of two functions, simply the term is going to be 1 by s plus a convolution L inverse of 1 by s plus b. Now you can apply L inverse formula. If you apply, you may get e power minus a t convolution e power minus b t. Now by definition of convolution, the definition of convolution is f of t convolution g of t is equal to integral over 0 to t f of u g of t minus u du. So now I am going to apply that formula, which is equal to integral over 0 to t. So here I am taking f of t, the second term is g of t. So instead of f of t, I am going to write f of u, that means e power minus au into e power minus b into t minus u du. So if you multiply minus inside the close bracket, you may get integral over 0 to t e power minus au e power minus bt into e power minus of minus plus bu du. You can take e power minus bt as a constant comparing u. You take it outside from this integration, which is equal to e power minus bt integral over 0 to t e power minus au e power bu du. Try to write e power minus bt integral over 0 to t e power minus a minus b into u du. If you want to integrate, that the integration should have a finite value. So e power x is not going to be finite for all the limits, but e power minus infinity you may get a finite value. So for that, better try to take minus as a common term. Here. Now try to integrate. If you integrate, you may get e power minus bt e power minus into a minus b into u divided by minus of a minus b 0 to t. You can take minus 1 by a minus b as a constant. You can take outside from this close bracket. After that, try to substitute the upper and lower limits, which is equal to minus e power minus bt a minus b. If you substitute u equal to t, you may get e power minus a minus b into t minus, if you substitute u equal to 0, you may get e power 0 equal to 1. Now you can multiply e power minus bt divided by a minus b. You can rewrite this term as e power minus at plus bt minus 1. If you multiply inside the close bracket, you may get 1 by a minus b e power minus bt into e power minus at plus bt plus e power minus bt. I think you may cancel this term. Finally, you will get e power minus bt minus e power minus at divided by a minus b. Sometime in this problem, a and b is given. Sometimes they will give some number instead of a and b. They may give some particular number. So in this case, you can write the general formula, problem. After completing that general problem, you can substitute a particular value. So from that you may get the corresponding inverse Laplace form of the particular problem. Find L inverse of s square by s square plus a square into s square plus b square using convolution theorem. L inverse of s square by s square plus a square s square plus b square equal to, I am going to rewrite this single function as a product of two function, that the individual function should have a L inverse. Like that, I am going to split this function. So I am going to take s by s square plus a square into s by s square plus b square. So you may have a L inverse for each term. So then only that's why I have split it like this. Now by using convolution theorem, you can take L inverse individually. In between that two function, you have to put convolution. This is the statement of convolution theorem. So which is equal to L inverse of s by s square plus a square convolution L inverse of s by s square plus b square, which is equal to, by using L inverse you may get cos at convolution cos bt. Now I am going to apply the statement definition of a convolution. So integral over 0 to t, this is f of t, g of t. So instead of f of t, by using f of t you have to write f of u. That means cos au into g of t minus u. That means cos b into t minus u du, which is equal to integral over 0 to t cos au cos bt minus bu du. Now I am going to apply this formula. Cos a cos b equal to 1 by 2 into cos a plus b plus cos a minus b. Here I am going to take au as capital A, bt minus bu as capital B. If you apply this formula, you may get cos au cos bt minus bu equal to 1 by 2 cos au plus bt minus bu plus cos au minus of bt minus bu. So simply you can write 1 by 2 cos au plus bt minus bu plus cos au minus bt plus bu. So now I am going to apply the corresponding formula, integral over integral over 0 to t. So instead of cos au cos bt minus bu, I have written 1 by 2 into cos au minus plus bt minus bu plus cos au minus bt plus bu du. So it is a standard form. You can apply the integration formula. So integration of cos ax with respect to x as sin ax by a. By using that formula, you may get sin au plus bt minus bu divided by, so we are integrating with respect to du. So again you have to differentiate this term. The differentiation of au plus bt minus bu with respect to u as a minus b. So you have to divide by a minus b plus sin au minus pt plus bu divided by a plus b and the limits. Now I am going to apply upper and lower limits, which is equal to 1 by 2. If you substitute upper limit instead of u equal to t, you may get sin at plus bt minus bt divided by a minus b plus sin at minus bt plus bt divided by a plus b minus lower limit. You have to substitute u by 0. So that means you may get this term, it's going to be 0, but bt it's not going to be 0. So from that you may get sin bt by a minus b plus, here you may get sin minus bt divided by a plus b. So here you can cancel these two terms. Here also you can cancel this term. So from that you may get sin at by a minus b plus sin at by a plus b. If you multiply, before multiplying you have to apply one formula. We know that sin minus theta equal to minus sin theta. If you apply here, you may get one minus is there. So minus of minus you may get plus. So after using this formula, I am going to write 1 by 2 sin at by a minus b plus sin at by a plus b minus sin bt by a minus b plus sin bt by a plus b. So here you can take from the first two term, you can take a sin at as a common term. In the second term you have to take sin minus sin bt as a common term, right? So from that you may get 1 by 2. If you take sin at as a common term, you may get 1 by a minus b plus 1 by a plus b. Here I am taking sin bt as a constant common term. From third and fourth you may get the remaining term as 1 by a plus b, 1 by a minus b. After the simplification you will get, if you take the LCM, a plus b plus a minus b divided by a square minus b square. If you multiply the denominator you may get a square minus b square plus sin bt. Here also you have to take the same multiplication, LCM. So a minus b minus a minus b. So you can cancel these two terms. So in this numerator you can cancel plus or minus b. So after the simplification, 1 by 2 sin at 2a divided by a square minus b square minus 2b sin bt divided by a square minus b square. So here if you multiply 1 by 2 in the corresponding value, you can take 1 by a square minus b square as a common term. So after the simplification you will get a sin at minus b sin bt divided by a square minus b square. Using convolution theorem, find L inverse of 1 by s square plus a square whole square. So now I am going to take the given function s square plus a square whole square as L inverse of 1 by s square plus a square into 1 by s square plus a square. Then only you can apply the L inverse formula separately. Now by using convolution theorem, you can take L inverse separately. In between you have to put convolution. After that, by using the formula, you may get 1 by a into sin at. Convolution 1 by a into sin at. Like that, you may get the value. So here you can take 1 by a as a corresponding constant comparing t. So you can take outside from this convolution by using this result. Suppose if we have a into f of t convolution b into g of t is coming, means you can rewrite ab into f of t convolution g of t. So there is no change, but a and b should be a constant. It is a independent of t. Then only you can take as a common term. Otherwise you have to use the integration. So which is equal to 1 by a square sin at convolution sin at. The product of sin at into sin at, you may get sin square at. But the convolution of sin at and sin at is not going to be a square. So the star is not a product. You keep in mind, it is one of the operation. So you have to apply the corresponding operation, that means convolution. So if you apply the convolution formula, you may get 1 by a square integral over 0 to t. By using first term, you have to write sin au into, in the second term, that means again by using sin at, try to write sin a into t minus u du, which is equal to 1 by a square integral over 0 to t sin au sin at minus au du. Now I am going to apply sin a sin b. Sin a sin b equal to 1 by 2 cos a minus b minus cos a plus b. Try to take this term is equal to a, the second angle it's going to be b. By using a and b, you can apply integral 1 by a square 0 to t 1 by 2 sin au minus at plus au, right? Cos au minus at plus au minus cos a plus b. A plus b is nothing but au plus at minus au. minus AU, which is equal to 1 by A square, that means 2A square, 0 to t, cos 2AU minus AT. Here you can cancel these two terms, minus cos AT du. So here we are integrating with respect to u. So in the first function you have a u, but here in the second function you don't have u. So you can take cos AT as a constant comparing u. Now try to integrate. If you integrate, you may get 1 by 2A square sine, if you integrate cos, you may get a sine 2AU minus AT, and you have to again differentiate the angle and you have to divide. So 2A you may get minus u into cos AT, integral over 0 to t. Try to substitute upper and lower limits. 1 by 2A square into, if you apply u equal to t, you may get sine 2AT minus AT, that means AT divided by 2A minus t cos AT minus, if you substitute 0, you may get 2AT is going to be 0, so sine minus AT by 2A minus 0. So 1 by 2A square sine AT by 2A minus t cos AT. So sine minus AT is equal to minus, so minus minus you may get plus sine AT divided by 2A. So first and third term have a same, numerically same. You can add these two terms. 2A square 2 sine AT divided by 2A minus t cos AT. You can cancel this term. If you take a 1 by A as a common term in the close bracket, you will get 1 by 2A cube sine AT minus AT cos AT. So L inverse of 1 by s square plus a square whole square equal to 1 by 2a power 3 into sine AT minus AT cos AT. Sometime, so instead of a and b, they will give some particular number. So in that problem, we have to do the same general problem. After doing this general problem, instead of a and b, you have to give the particular value. So from that you may get the corresponding L inverse of a particular problem. So you may apply like this, or better you can individually you can do. Then only you can also use individual method also. Individually you can use like this third problem you can do. Find L inverse of s by s plus 2 whole square plus 1. L inverse of s by s plus 2 whole square plus 1. So how to do this problem? So before applying any formula, try to check what is the nature of s. From s, what are the number has added or subtracted. So here s plus 2 is coming. For that you can try to make the remaining s also have a same addition with plus 2 is coming like this. Try to write. So then only you can apply the first shifting theorem in L inverse. So now I am going to rewrite s by s plus 2 minus 2. So in numerator I am going to write s plus 2 minus 2 divided by s plus 2 whole square plus 1, which is equal to L inverse of s plus 2 divided by, you can rewrite as a sum of two function like this. By using linear property, you can take L inverse separately. So L inverse of s plus 2 divided by s plus 2 whole square plus 1 minus L inverse of 2 by s plus 2 whole square plus 1. Now I am going to apply this formula. L inverse of f of s plus a equal to L inverse e power minus at L inverse of f of s. This is the formula I am going to apply in the above step. So here numerator as well as a denominator you have s plus 2. So if you apply this formula, that s plus 2 it's going to be s. So instead of s plus 2 I am going to multiply e power minus 2t, which is equal to e power minus 2t L inverse of s by s square plus 1. You can apply in the second term also, plus e power minus 2t. I think you may get this term it's going to be minus L inverse of 2 by s square plus 1. So the formula point of view you can take as a square. By using this formula, already you know, L inverse of s by s square plus a square equal to cos at, L inverse of a by s square plus a square equal to sin at. Right? So if you apply that formula, you may get e power minus 2t cos t minus e power minus 2t. So you have to take 2 as a constant. You can take it outside from this L inverse. So 2 into e power minus 2t sin t. You can take e power minus 2t as a common term. From that you may get the answer. So L inverse s by s plus 2 whole square plus 1. Find L inverse of s by s square minus 1. In numerator, the s is coming means we can't apply the basic formula like 1 by, in each formula only we have seen the numerator should have a constant or a number 1, but here the product, the numerator s is coming. So in this problem I am going to apply this result, Laplace transform of derivative. So L of f of t equal to f of s, then L of f dash of t equal to s into L of f of t minus f of 0. Suppose if you have f of 0 equal to 0 means you can apply L inverse of s into f of s equal to f dash of t. That means suppose except s you have to find L inverse of f of s. In this case this condition is satisfied means you can apply d by dt of f dash of t. That means except s, if numerator s is coming means except s, you have to find L inverse the of the remaining terms. After finding L inverse, you have to take the differentiation. That's all. So from that you may get L inverse of whole term. This is the meaning for this result. Now I am going to rewrite this term as, so instead of s I am going to put d by dt of L inverse of 1 by s square minus 1. If you use L inverse, you may get, the formula, L inverse of 1 by s square minus a square equal to 1 by a sin h a t. This is a hyperbolic function. If you use this formula, you may get d by dt of, here a is 1, you may get sin h t. If you differentiate, you will get cos h t. Result. If L of f of t equal to f of s, then L of integral over 0 to t f of t dt equal to 1 by s into f of s. If you shift this L to right hand side, you may get this result. L inverse of 1 by s into f of s equal to, so instead of this 1 by s, I have used the corresponding integration. So this is the meaning. This result I am going to, by using this result, I am going to find L inverse here. Solution. So here 1 by s is coming. So we accept 1 by s. I am going to leave that 1 by s. Instead of 1 by s, I am going to put integral over 0 to t dt. For the remaining term, I am going to find f of t. So I am going to rewrite this term as, instead of this 1 by s, so that's why I have written omitting 1 by s rule, which is equal to integral over 0 to t dt. Instead of 1 by s, I have written, in the remaining term, by using remaining term, you have to find L inverse. By using remaining term, you have to find L inverse. So what is L inverse? So L inverse of 1 by s plus 2 whole power 3 is nothing but, so s plus 2 is coming. So instead of s plus 2, if you convert s by using first shifting theorem, in a L inverse, instead of s plus 2, you can use e power minus 2t. In the close bracket, you may get that term is reduced to s power 3. So e power minus 2t L inverse of 1 by s power 3. By using this formula, L inverse, you may get so 1 by s power 3. If you want to find L inverse, by using this formula, you may get e power minus 2t into t power 2 divided by 2 factorial, which is equal to t square e power minus 2t divided by 2. So now you can apply this value to this integrand, which is equal to integral over 0 to t. I have taken 1 by 2 as a constant from this integration. T square e power minus 2t into dt. After that, try to use Bernoulli formula to integrate. So t square e power minus 2t divided by 2 minus 2 minus 2t into e power minus 2t divided by 4 plus 2 into e power minus 2t divided by minus 8. After that, 1 by 2. If you substitute upper limits, you may get minus t square divided by 2 e power minus 2t. If you cancel this term, you may get minus t by 2 e power minus 2t. Here you may get minus 1 by 4 e power minus 2t. After substitute the upper limits, you have to substitute the lower limit also. If you substitute lower limit t equal to 0, first two term it's going to be 0, but third term you may get some non-zero value. So I think you may get plus, already one minus is there, so minus into minus plus 1 by 4. So this is the answer for the given L inverse.